Everybody, this is Nash here, and today we have the TCU versus Texas official game day prediction. Now, this episode will be airing on game day, so today's Saturday. By the time you're watching this video, it's game day. Get up, get loud, show it at the stadium. You're gonna be looking at it here in a second, but it's gonna be a cool one. We got the football weather coming in. I wish we had some, rain to aid us because passing is obviously, and I'll talk about that for a quick second in a minute, but obviously rushing defense is our best. It's crazy. It's I love saying that, but rushing defense is the strength of our unit, and yeah, that's something that's nice to say. I do want to give a quick shout out. I know yesterday, again, the whole yesterday today, gonna avoid saying all that stuff, but Veterans Day is this weekend, and we're honoring our veterans who have served. It's big in my family, so just want to give y'all a quick shout out and say thank you to all y'all who have served. I know it's get tossed around a lot, but I do mean it truly from the bottom of my heart. But again, thank y'all for what y'all do. Now, we're talking about the weather. It's going to get cold. It is going to get cold right there. You're talking about possibly down into sub 40s. Possibly. Like when you're getting into the wind chill factor. Woo! It's going to be a cold one out there. And nighttime. This is football weather. This is what football weather is all about. Now, I said I was going to talk about it, but something that I was thinking about is, honestly, I'm less and less worried about our pass defense being down, and what I mean by that is PK's defense is a bend but not break defense, and when you have that, that's where the bend is the passing game. We're just not breaking in the run game. We're not allowing them to get anywhere in the red zone. Like I sound like a broken record. The issue isn't the defense. The issue is the offense in the second half getting stagnant. If you make this offense non-stagnant in the second half, specifically the fourth quarter, what are we talking about here? We're talking about a bunch of dubs is what we're talking about. So I'm not going to say that the passing at a certain point, this is what we should expect. This is what PK does. This is his defense. Your passing defense numbers aren't going to be great. As long as those rushing defense numbers are great, then I'll take it. But not going to sit there and grade. That was one little small point that I wanted to point out. And don't forget to like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your predictions for the TCU game. And let's get right on into it. Now, this is going to be a little bit different. I did like how I did last week, but this is going to be different. Because I don't think that all these advanced stats that you could throw out there, looking at the stat columns, combining certain things like Kansas State, how we did, I don't think you can do that. Not for this game. And it's not to say not for TCU. But this game feels more Oklahoma than the Oklahoma game did. And I know it's easier to say that hindsight with what we know about Oklahoma now. But this TCU game has a different feel to it, And what I mean by that is right here, this video. This is the last time that we've had a game, and this game was on November 18th. This game is going to be November 12th. That was against Iowa State. We were ranked similarly to where we are now. Iowa State, they weren't ranked as high as TCU was. You've heard the stats about all week long about how rare we've had these top 10 opponents come in, or top 5 opponents come in, but this is where the don't stop believing stuff came from. If you've ever been to the stadium and you've ever experienced that, it's one of the coolest things to be around. And that's where I say this game it's going to be different. It's not throw the stats out the window. Throw all the advanced stuff out the window. because at the end of the day, this game, the environment is going to be crazy. It's just going to be a whole different animal, and these are the types of games that you're never going to be able to really predict with statistics or anything like that. You just aren't. But let's look at some statistics, okay? And so you've seen right here, I wish it was not so far on the back. Let me try and fix this for y'all real quick. I'm sorry. So you're seeing right here. Running backs, we have not had a single running back or quarterback go for over 100 yards on us. I mean, the closest you've had was when you had not Jahmyr Gibbs, but Jace McClellan, who was almost a Longhorn, go for 97 yards, and he had an 81-yard long rush. I mean, we have this Texas rush defense has been doing the dang thing against any and all running backs and also quarterbacks as well. Like, you got Deckers up there. Yeah, I know Deckers isn't amazing, but still, he's not that bad. Adrian Martinez, 52 yards. Deuce Vaughn, 73 yards. I mean, this is the type of stuff that you want to see from this Texas rush defense. Well, let's go into the players to watch and see who we need to be watching out for on the TCU offense. And spoiler, no defenders on the TCU team. I love including the defenders, but today we're not going to. Quentin Johnston. This dude is a stud. He's fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. You know, him not playing is better for the Texas Longhorns in the win column. I want this dude playing. I want to be able to see this guy in person, you know, with my own two eyes. You don't get to watch too many of these dudes in your life. And I don't think that's really, you know, hyperbole or anything like that. He's a special wide receiver. I hope he can play because, as you're seeing right there, he is a big body wide receiver that can cause a headache. At 6'4", 215 pounds. I mean, he's making me miss my man Isaiah Julio Nayor. Now you got Max Duggan, or I don't know if I really hope it's Duggan, and it's not Dugan, but we're gonna stick with it. Max Duggan, number 15, excellent choice in numbers. I mean, and jersey number. This guy obviously is just a clear genius stud. He's gonna be completely successful in life for the rest of his life. Anybody that wears number 15, just a cut above everybody else. 10th in Heisman odds. That's probably why he's 10th in Heisman odds, is because he's wearing number 15. Will not quit. This dude, time and time again, when life has told him, hey man, time to quit, hit the road, Jack. He has not. This is not a guy, and you see it with TCU. We've gone endlessly over these things. Fourth quarter stats, all that stuff. TCU is a fourth quarter team. No secret that he's the quarterback behind it. And then in the last 4 games, you're going to see a lot of last 4 game stats with these. 11 TDs. Oh, it says TSS. Oh. All right, we're going to roll with it. 11 TDs to 0 interceptions in the last 4 games. I mean, the efficiency, it's off the charts. If you include the next game, I think it's like what? It's like 14 TDs to 1 intercept, or the next 5. So if you were to count the last 5, it would be like 14 to 1. It's ridiculous. The dude's playing out of his mind right now. Easy to see why he's number 10 in the Heisman odds right now. Now, Kendre Miller. We just went over the running backs and how Texas Longhorns have been stopping opposing running backs, and not just these, y'all stop this dude. Random dude from over there. Okay? Yeah, y'all, like, I'm not trying to throw any shade, but yeah, y'all stop Roderick Thompson. Yeah, y'all stop this guy over there from Iowa State. I mean, Bruce. Oh my goodness, this episode's full of mistakes. Deuce Vaughn, that guy's a stud. That guy is a stud. I don't care how small he is. He's been tearing people up. Didn't tear us up. Eric Gray for Oklahoma, same thing. He's been tearing other people up. Didn't tear us up. Say what you will, this defense has been doing the thing, but 59.8 yards percent after contact, something's got to give. Is it going to be Kendre or is it going to be Texas? Because he's had 4 straight 100-plus rushing yard games, something that you're going to see is a very similar theme with one of our running backs. You probably already know who it is. This is going to be a fun game to watch. Either way. And honestly, if Quentin Johnston is not playing, you have to like his ability to get to that 100 rush yard mark, 100-plus rush yard mark, and break that streak for Texas. Heading over to the Texas players now. All right. It's our man, Bijan Robinson. Enjoy it while you got it. This has been really special to be able to watch. He has not had a single game under 100 yards all purpose. If we had 2 or less, if we had 2 losses, I don't even want to say 2. If we had 1 loss, he'd be in the Heisman race right now for sure. Maybe even 2 losses. Can he enter the Heisman race if he has another great game? I mean, he's had like 640 rushing yards over the last 4 games. That averages out to 153.5. Woo! I mean, this dude is cooking up there. Can't wait to see what he does against TCU because they are kind of a vulnerable rushing defense. But, like I say, toss the stats out the window. This game's going to be different. Jatavian Sanders. 5 receptions in 6 of 9 games. He's had 6 receptions in a couple of those. Has not surpassed 100 yards yet. I still think he will at some point this year. The wick is running out on that candle, but I still got faith in it. Big body that can block and run routes at 6'4", 250 pounds. I mean, this dude, I am such a fan of him. I will fawn over him all the time because it's just like it. I'm a tight end guy, okay? When you can block, catch passes, run, I mean, he's dangerous. He is dangerous. He is a weapon, and we need to use him more often because he is consistent and he's clutch. I'm not going to sit here and rant on this, but Jatavian Sanders, I'm watching out for that guy versus TCU. Ryan Watts. If Quentin Johnston plays, big time matchup right there. I mean, this is going to be the matchup that we've been putting him in Iron Man matchup week in, week out, even when he's injured. Comes back, plays well for us. And I mean plays well. I mean he's been the lighthouse on the defense. So that's probably a horrible metaphor, but you get what I'm trying to say. He's the shining star when it comes to our cornerbacks. Now we do have Deshaun Jameson. I'll stand on the table for Deshaun Jameson. He's playing his mind out this year. But Ryan Watts is a huge grab, and he's done what he's done. Should honestly, for us, should be viewed as nothing short of exceptional. Because, and the reason why I say that is with how bleak it was looking at the cornerback position. He's been everything you could have asked for, and probably a little bit more. Again, you're seeing a big theme with all these players to watch. Bunch of big body dudes running around out there. Big body dude that can defend with length. Sark loves that length. Man, What a grab he was. 61% allowed reception percentage. And, I say this, I say it and I'll say it again and I'll say it again. More often than not, he's been good. He has a higher reception percentage because he has a lot more targets, because he's out there a lot more than other dudes. But he has a chance to go out there and make some money, especially if Quentin Johnston is playing versus Texas. Ryan Watts, that'll be a big matchup if he does play. All right, and now it's time for the final prediction. 55-24. Now, and I'll say this because I want to be dead serious. I was cynical. You go back and you go look at my Kansas State thing. I was cynical. I was starting to feel some, confidence about this game Monday. But I tried to purge that out, and you could even hear me in my positive video. I started to almost go cynical again, and I was still. That's because I really don't want to I don't want to be the guy that's falling for the banana in the tailpipe. And maybe it's just because the fact that Texas is at a point where we have the ability, the chances there to take off as a program. But it really there's just something, I don't know what it was. Something clicked. Something clicked on Monday, overnight. I guess I woke up and I just was like, we're going to beat TCU. I've been thinking it all week. All week. Cannot get it out of my head. I literally can't even try and convince myself that TCU is going to win. I can't. I've tried multiple times. That's why I'm recording this video at midnight on technically on Saturday morning, Texas 55, TCU 24. I thought y'all were looking at me because I was looking at the camera. I'm not going to be able to repeat that again. That was a one-time deal. But everybody, show up to the game, be loud, wear orange, stay late, and 1 second. If you're going to the game, hand warmers, you're going to want these, okay? Don't call me a wuss. I keep that thing on me. Where we are? Burt's, oh wow, I'm a Burt's Bees. A little free plug for Burt's Bees. I promise you, this right here, on a night like tomorrow night, this might be your savior. This might be it. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a great day. Hook 'em.